Allison Kuzma, the Hillsdale star, 33-10-83, moving in the top 10 all time in Division II history in the women's 10,000 meters, winning the second section here at the Stanford Invitational. Obviously, I would have loved to have seen you and Jenna Ramsey-Rutledge in the same race, but we'll get that later in the year when it's meant to be. But just how good do you feel about another considerable drop in time and just continuing to add to your legacy with all these all-time great Division II performances?
Yeah, it felt good. Definitely unexpected. I was just hoping to kind of get time to qualify for nationals, trying to shoot for under 34. So it felt good through halfway. So just kind of didn't really pay attention to the pace and just kind of went by feel. So definitely unexpected, but I'm happy with the results and excited to see what we can do in the next build.
How much of a blessing is it, when you've got athletes, from a program like Stanford that are willing to go out and pace, to be able, to create opportunities, because that, obviously, like when Caroline Kurgat came here and ran, when Lindsey Cunningham came here, like they all had that blessing and benefit, and I'm glad that you had the same thing. Like, how significant was that for you?
Oh, I was so grateful. Even that she carried me through more than 5K, it made it so much easier, especially with how many laps and just like only be my third 10K. So pacing, I'm still kind of figuring out and stuff. So I was just really grateful. I was hoping to be able to say thank you thereafter, but I wasn't able to catch her. But yeah, I'm really appreciative.
Absolutely. I have a good rapport with Sophia, so I'll make sure.
Perfect. Tell her I say thank you. I meant a lot.
Pass along. I will metaphorically take the baton from the great Allison Kuzma and pass it along to Sophia Kennedy. Just what is the level of just relief and reassurance? I know you're going to continue to grow in this race, and I hope it sub 33 is in the offering, in the postseason, if not sooner. But just what's the level of relief just to be able to feel healthy, to feel good, to get it out of the way in early April, and then be able to go back and concentrate on the 5 and other endeavors.
Oh, I feel so good, especially with coming really far out. I mean, it was a long flight. It's pretty far from Michigan, so
yes.
When you travel this far, I was kind of hoping to at least make the trip worth it. So just relief there, and also just being able to have less pressure through the rest of the season, because outdoors really short. So yeah. it was definitely a relief.
Absolutely. What is the biological clock like? When you're used to being on Michigan time, and you're coming out here and racing well after midnight.
Yeah.
On the Pacific Coast. Like what does that require for you, just in terms of patience throughout the day, and then building up to race at a time later than you're ever going to race during the year? What's that like on the biological clock?
It definitely is a little bit different. I think we just kind of go off spring break, and I was in Oregon, so I kind of got used to trying to transition a bit there, and just kind of be focused getting here, trying to stay up a little later, so I think that helped too. But I kind of just, adjust to pretend that the time was the time and try not to think about it being how late it was in Michigan. That seemed to help.
Awesome. Allison, fantastic effort. Stay healthy. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.